Was this childhood collection then? Are these complete sets?
I got the bug again.
Jordan rookie, Brady, and a Nolan Ryan rookie.
I'm done. You can have them.
There's more stuff?
Yeah, there's more.
I thought we were done. You're probably wondering, why am I here on the side of a hill looking at this beautiful scenery? This is real. This is not a green screen. We are here in the heart of West Virginia. And we're going to see an older gentleman today named Rocky, who over the past few weeks has been pulling his old collection out of his garage. And he said, Ty, come and look at this. I don't need this anymore. Come unpack this with me. Maybe it's something you want to buy. There's some vintage, there's some goodies. We're going to go through it with him. I'm excited for you to see it. But give me a minute to just enjoy this before we leave. Okay, let's go. Showtime.
Hey there.
Rocky? Ty. Good to meet you.
Yeah, really.
You're like, duh.
I'm just glad it's you, you know.
You must be Matt.
It's Matt.
Matt, great to meet you too.
Yeah, started collecting. I was playing Little League, you know, little town, and there was an old general store. And after practice, you know, or a game, we would go in and we'd buy a pack of cards there, you know, back when they were a nickel. I had a friend that lived across the street from the store, and I would go in and buy a pack, he would go in and buy an entire box. I would say in 1966, something like that, he decided he didn't want cards anymore, and he brought in this great big cardboard box of all of his cards and sat it down. So a lot of the cards you see were his originally, and he says, I'm done. He says, you can have them.
Okay, so you lined out some cards already.
Yes, we put out, I wanted to make sure that the cards that we'd sent you some pictures of,
yeah,
we wanted those out.
Okay.
So that you know they're real.
Beautiful.
So, yeah, this is the start.
I'm excited. So real quick then, Matt, you met Rocky at a card show?
Yeah, so Rocky,
3 weeks
yeah,
ago?
2.5, 3 weeks ago. Came up to my table. It was the first show that I had done where there was more Pokemon than sports, and there was almost no vintage. And Rocky's a vintage guy, as am I. And he's like, you know, I got this card collection.
So that's super cool. I mean, I just met Matt, who introduced Rocky to us, because Matt's like, I would love to buy these, but
I'm not going to be able to afford this.
Once you check out Chasing Cardboard,
Like, I know a guy.
Timing's everything. Matt was super nice to introduce us today. Timing is everything for us. I think I told you, right? Like,
yes.
We're in between Richmond and Cincinnati, and you happen to be right in between 2 weeks. I mean, it's perfect timing, so.
You know, I was a baseball player. I love baseball. I don't have that as much football. I don't have as much basketball, but, you know, it's because I liked it. And the cards, you know, we played with the cards, you know, it's, you know, you look through them, you arrange them in teams and whatever, you know, it's, you looked at them. So that's what I did.
Was this childhood collection then? Is this what we're looking at?
Anything 61, 62, 3, 4, 5, I would have had, you know, when I was growing up.
Okay.
Anything in the 70s, 80s,
okay,
actually in the 50s, anything I would have probably picked up when I was first starting to do shows.
I see early 2000s stuff too.
Yes, every now and then you buy a pack, you know, you buy a box or something like that.
Yeah.
And that came out of it. So there's some.
Okay, so there's a lot of cards on the table, and these aren't just any cards. There is a lot of Hall of Fame vintage there. Were you a reseller? What were you doing? I mean, Brady rookie right here. Jordan rookie. Well, that's interesting. I've never seen a Brady, a Jordan, and a Nolan Ryan rookie sitting next to each other. Why were you acquiring this stuff? You just love the hobby?
Kind of trade. I thought, well, you know, what the heck, and Jordan really was getting big in what, you know, well, the 86 stuff.
Yeah.
87, I was coming in 89, and then there was a card shop that opened in Elkins. Kenny House opened it up, and his son Mike, I know. And so I would go up there, and it started, you know, for several years, it was like, yeah, let's do this again. I got the bug again.
I always enjoy getting collections from people who weren't just buying stuff on eBay. They were going and pulling them from the packs, trading them with their neighbors, going to card shows and buying. He curated this collection and he's allowing me to jump in and take a look.
And then about, I'll say 94, 95, when grading really started coming in, and then it came down to, do I want to put the money into grading? And the one thing that never went to a show with me was my collection.
So the early 60s stuff stayed
Yeah,
with you.
that was mine.
Got it.
And some of it still will be.
Yeah.
And so anyway, that's how that got going. And so about 95, I got out and then didn't really do anything. You know, you'd buy a pack here, a pack there. And I wasn't even, going to any shows because everything kind of dried up in the late 90s, at least around here.
So I'm just glancing at stuff and then hearing Rocky talk. I mean, we're talking cards from the early 50s all the way up into the mid 2000s and a lot of good stuff. We're gonna have to get our hands dirty on this one.
I did not. I never have, and I know some people did. The bicycle spoke.
Never did that, huh?
No, they were mine. I wasn't going to do that, And so, anyway, that's what
I love it.
we've been doing. So
I love it.
when we built this garage, we had to create a room for me. And so, and I was sets. I was used to building sets.
Okay.
Now, which is not the thing to do anymore, but you accumulate sets and the singles, and something you're going to fall in love with, these starting lineups.
This is where he's hiding all the bulk, but it's a lot more than bulk, I can already tell. Why did you need to build a room for yourself? What did you come out here and do?
Stored it. It couldn't
Get it
go
out of
in
your
the
wife's
house.
way.
Yeah, it couldn't go in the house. It had to be stored someplace, and so
Okay.
so that's what I did, and but that's we cut a little bit off from the garage, but I got this room out of it, so I thought that was a good trade.
I see lots of sets. I see lots of 5 rows. These are the items I really got to dig into to make sure I understand what the collection's really about. So like I see autograph and game used. Is that what this is?
Yes, and also some unopened stuff.
Oh, so cards like this, right? We're thumbing through here and like here's just random players. How are you acquiring this over the years?
My son had some of those. He would open packs and he would get it, especially in the 2002, 3, 4.
Yeah.
He was doing that, and if I saw something I really liked,
Yeah.
affordable, then I'd get it. And so that's how
Gotcha.
There's no, I don't think there's any tremendous
Yeah.
value, but it was fun.
Just Shock Foster.
Yeah.
This is my era here growing up.
Yeah, they could be yours.
Jimmy Smith.
I don't know if you did anything like the 80s, but there's, of course, we have more of the
Okay.
big cards.
Yeah.
But I always thought these were kind of neat. The large
Yeah.
84s, 85s,
Yeah.
and so I bought the whole box.
So what you learned from your neighbor.
Yeah.
What kind of collector would you say you were? I mean, did you gravitate towards singles? Started out with sets, then you started building this stuff up. What was the mindset?
When I got originally, it was strictly singles.
Yeah.
That's what we had. If you didn't have a card, unless you could trade with somebody, that was it. There weren't places to go or the internet. And so when I got back into it in like 89, 90, 91, 92, I was still of the mindset that, now I can build sets.
Yeah.
And so, you trash a box and you
Yeah.
put it together, and then you would go ahead and do another box. And, for example, this box is nothing but McGuire, Bonds,
Frank Thomas?
Frank Thomas. This one, nothing but Griffey Jr.,
Okay.
Mike Piazza, Ripken Jr.
The big boys.
That's all they have, that's all that's in there. And so, there are still some common as common goes, but
Yeah. So when's the last time you sent a card in to get graded?
the only cards that I've ever sent in to be graded were to this company, and it would have been
Pro
his rookie.
grading.
And they probably don't even exist anymore. I don't know.
You think you sent that in 93?
Yes, that was out of a pack and sent.
What is this?
The Bird Ewing, they go on your wall or on your door, and it's kind of like, I guess nowadays they do have fat heads or whatever that
Yeah.
you can put up. And then we got Barkley, Robinson, The Jordans are up there.
These are cool. I mean, upper deck wall decals from 91, 92, 93. I mean, how many of you have put these on your walls? I didn't even know they existed. They're super cool, and if I take them back home, I can guarantee you one of my kids is gonna wanna put them on their wall. I don't think we've seen these on the road. That's really cool. I didn't know Upper Deck even made these. So I see some oddities, like you see the LeBron James up there.
Yes. You
mentioned starting lineups already. I'm not gonna write off starting lineups too quick today. I mean, they're here. It's a part of the deal potentially. I'm gonna dig. When's the last time you looked at your Griffey box?
I didn't bother to look because I knew it was all Griffey, so
Okay.
I won't guarantee a lot of rookies in there. I don't know. There are some, but there's a lot of inserts also. And
Okay.
when we go into the office and I show you the neck group, there are a ton of binders in there.
There's more stuff?
Oh yeah. Yeah, there's more.
Hey, big news. I mean huge news. Me and the Chasing Cardboard team have something massive dropping in the next few days. The kind of announcement where you're either in the loop early or you're hearing about it from your buddy 3 days later. And trust me, you're gonna wanna know first. And the only way to be the first to know is to jump on our free email list. That's it. You can scan this QR code right here or hit the link below. I promise it'll only take 5 seconds. Matt, go ahead and cue the waiting room music. All right, you're in. Welcome to the emo list. Now keep your eyes glued to your inbox over the next few days because the breaking news from Chasing Cardboard is coming in hot. All right, let's get back to West Virginia.
I thought we were done.
Yeah, one more room.
So there's more. I thought he had shown us everything. Apparently there's more binders. We're gonna go follow him to the next room.
Okay, this is it's kind of the junk room now because empty stuff there, but this is, you into rock cards? These are
Not really.
or
Okay. 21
back
Jump
when-
Street?
from Johnny Depp and all that, but all the rock cards in case you're into that.
Okay.
There's a full binder. Like
So where were
These-
these hiding the whole time?
these-
You keep them in your,
they were in that closet.
this is 63, right?
Yes, and then they'll be followed by
62s.
But yeah, there's 3 of them that I have, and
So not all post here.
yeah, why I have them? I saw them and I thought that was interesting, so I bought them. But they were cheap.
Okay.
Cheap.
It's good to know. Oh, the pinups.
67s.
No pinholes?
Oh no, no, I didn't. I won't say it went right into an album,
Okay.
but it was put where and there's a bunch in there.
This is a good way to do it. Usually these are all in stacks folded up.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's a
and
better way to
we
do it.
tried to get the creases out and all that years ago when I did that.
Yeah. There's a lot of binders here. I mean, the good thing is these are great years. Are these complete sets or?
No,
Okay.
no, again, singles.
Got it. Okay.
And if they were super, like, I don't think I had any Bay Ruths from here, but I think I put some Ruths, some Gehrigs out in the, in the singles. And then we get into 61s. These are all, we've pulled most of the stars out of here,
Got it.
and I did have them numerical.
Was this a complete set at one point?
No,
Got it.
no,
Okay.
because it was like I said, as we collected,
Yeah.
if we were missing a card, we missed the card. So then it goes to 62s,
Okay.
and then the 63s,
Yeah.
my favorite.
These are beautiful.
And considering that I had them, they're in remarkably good shape.
Yeah. Do you have the rose?
No, they released them in series.
Yeah.
Well, the Stargell, the Pete Rose were all in the last series. They weren't released until later
Yeah.
on in the fall. It was almost like their version of the update.
Yeah.
And by that time, the store wasn't taking baseball cards. They'd moved on to football. And so they did not have as many. And so he didn't have as many, which means I didn't get as many.
Oh, he really went to town.
Yeah, the checklists. Yeah. Yep.
That's cool.
And he gave them to me, and I've had them since going on, 60 years.
That's crazy. That's super cool. Oh man, these are a piece of your life.
Yeah, well, they were. and then the next year.
He's like, I've already disconnected with these. So 65 is my favorite set. I think these are beautiful. 63s are awesome, but I love the little pennant. The pennant is a cool design.
Well, they could be
For the right price, you could take them home today. Is there cards in these boxes too, or no?
Those are all either starting lineups or the non-sport sets that I put together. Like I put a set of MASH together when those cards came out. A set of Partridge Family, Elvis.
Okay.
And so they're put together in that.
There's a lot of non-sport sets here. I mean, those are okay. There's some cool stuff there, and they're really good shape. I'm not gonna write those off either. So this is your non-sport stuff. You mentioned
Some of it.
Okay, so like this is the Beatles that you were talking about.
Yes, the
No, they're
Beatles,
sweet.
and you get down underneath it, and you get into Robert Kennedy, the 67,
Yeah.
68 Robert Kennedy set.
These are in good condition too.
But the Beatles stuff, it's several different
Yeah, you got
Beatles
the movies,
releases.
the music, third series, second series, Beatles first series.
Yeah,
Wow.
and they were all bought. I had none of those.
Yeah.
And so
JFK.
there's about 4 or 5 JFK sets that I put together.
My
And then
goodness.
the leftovers. When I finally quit, the singles.
The leftovers. Incredible. What is the most you ever spent on a card?
Probably the Ted Williams number 68.
Okay.
I would say, because that was only probably $250, something like. I got a good deal on them, I thought, and so probably $250.
Wow.
And that it took me a while to to save up enough money to buy any more cards after
Yeah.
that. It's that I overspent my budget.
You had a punching bag here. Your name's Rocky.
Well,
You had to get this, didn't you?
that was my son's. I put it up for him.
So we're burning the midnight oil right now. We've been here for about 3 hours. It's starting to get dark here in West Virginia, and I have seen a lot of cards.
We have
Oh,
a
gotcha.
couple boxes
Yeah.
of these where you have the twin set,
Yeah.
just different things, and 93
Yeah.
All-Star games, and just different things that we picked up.
Can we pull these out?
Yeah,
Can you?
some of the ones, the Nolan Ryans, a lot of Yankees, because
Yeah.
they're the only ones that count.
This is all baseball. Looks like.
Yeah, and classic games,
Okay. Yep. I saw those at the bottom.
the travel games or whatever, but.
Yep. Okay. So baseball's here. There's probably what 50 in there, 30 to 50.
And as many as you could safely pack. Yeah.
Box 2 figurines. You got some of the Cooperstown collectibles, a collection of Clemente, Ruth,
Marcy, yeah.
Lewis.
It's
Getting into some football.
it's a,
What were you paying for these back then? You remember? $10?
$5.98,
$5.98.
something like that. It was like if I saw somebody I liked, I took it.
Heck yeah.
And
And there's more.
I'm not sure.
You have quite a few. Are they up here? Is that where the LeBron James are sweet?
I think there's more LeBron stuff.
Magic. There's a Magic starting lineup.
Yeah, you didn't fit into the other box.
Space Jam Jordan. All right. Let's see.
If you take them out,
You got cases for them, huh?
yes.
All right. So we got a few Jordans in here. 3, 4. You got 5 Jordans. 6.
Some of the first year, 88s, all the way up through as I pick them up.
These starting lineups are beautiful. I haven't seen this many Jordans together, and not to mention he's got the Griffies, he's got the Birds, he's got all kinds of good stuff. I'm actually kind of warming up to the idea of taking these starting lineups. All right, well, maybe you're convincing me that starting lineups are worth coming home with me.
They need a new home.
That's a good
Yeah,
box.
they're tired of me, out here. And
So like, what's this here? Like Lord of the Rings figurines. What were you buying then? Same type of stuff? Like,
yeah. You can have a cowpoke style.
what is this?
I don't know.
Toys that love you back?
There's Barbies from my daughter that didn't want them anymore.
Rocky seems like one of those guys who, when he saw a good deal, he was going to grab it. Whether it's NASCAR, whether it's an Elvis card, whether it's a JFK, set, he's going to buy it if it's a good deal, and it doesn't seem like he has a lot of regrets doing it. Oh my goodness. Aragorn? Wow, man. A little Star Wars.
Yeah, but I don't think that's
Nothing
the
crazy.
originals. No.
Oh yeah.
No,
This is cool stuff. So check this box out. I mean, we're talking like solid vintage, from Clemente to Hank Aaron to Mantle. You name the player, there are 5, 6, 7 cards of each of these guys in here. This is solid. All right, so having seen what you've seen so far, I'm curious what you're thinking for numbers. You think it's a $40,000 collection? You think it's a $20,000 collection? Or do you think it's a $10,000 collection? Let me know what you think. I like your collection.
oh, thank you. When I look at it, sometimes it's like, the higher price stuff. And then there was so many other cards, and I was telling Matt, it's kind of like death by 1,000 cuts, because, this card is nice, but, it might only be worth $10 or $15. And then, but there's
Yeah.
a ton of them. And it was like, I'm glad I don't have to go all the way through them again. But yeah, it's a lifetime.
Well, you said in there that the most you ever spent was $250.
For a card, and the
To-
Ted Williams.
To build a collection of this magnitude without ever spending over $250 is a pretty impressive feat. The modern era collector doesn't understand how hard that is, right? Because everything's so expensive now.
That, when I was talking with Matt, I said, he sold the card for $1,500. I said, and here I am, 92, I was selling second year Griffies for 50 cents. That was my thing. It was a totally different world now,
Totally different.
because the amount of funds that people are spending,
Yeah. We're to the point now where I've seen enough to be interested, and now I'm going to throw it back on him and say, what is it you want for everything? My gut says it's somewhere between 30 and 50, but it really depends on what Rocky's thinking. If I'm taking everything, I got to get a U-Haul, make it all work. The next 15 minutes are going to be really interesting. Well, you and I haven't talked numbers at all.
No.
We didn't talk numbers at all. Like, there was nothing. It's just like, hey, let me just look at it. It's on the way, and this is your baby, right? So it's like I'm coming in trusting that you probably have something in mind where you're like, this is the number that'll make me feel good.
I'm not real sure, because,
Okay.
but, did a couple quick Ludexes
Yeah.
and just got an idea of some of the values, but yeah, they're I don't know. You tell me what you think the set, basically what you've
Yeah.
seen. You got to make the 70-30 is
Sure.
definitely and,
Yeah.
and I don't blame it. I don't begrudge that at all. So that's one thing that we'd said all along,
Yeah.
that's okay.
Yeah.
you know.
Yeah, so just to clarify, you, for sale today, is all your cards. And ideally, it's the starting lineups and everything else. We're trying to figure out space as we speak, but that's what's for sale, correct?
Yes, yes,
So everything we've seen is for sale.
yes. And we now, I think, have seen everything. Yeah, maybe there's a couple boxes that you haven't been in, but you've
Yeah.
pretty much seen it now.
Yeah.
The best. So, yeah, and that's, I would say, you are pretty good, at saying this is what I think it's worth, and then, there would be the 70%, whatever,
Yeah.
and go from there. So,
Here's what you have to weigh with a collection like this, right? There's a handful of cards that are big boy cards, right? You got the Ryan rookie, the Jordan rookie, you got a couple other cards, you get some nice mantles. Other than that, it's just a lot of $50 to $150 over and over and over again. That stuff definitely starts to add up, so I don't want to sell them short. But you're gonna work to get this profit back for sure. I have a gut of what I think it's worth, and I have a gut of what I would offer.
Okay.
But very rarely do I run into situations. Sometimes I meet people who know what they have.
Exactly.
Sometimes I meet people who are like you, who've been disconnected from the hobby for 20 or 30 years.
Yeah. Can I give you a number?
Sure.
Or you want me to write it down?
If you got it in your head, tell me.
I was hoping to get in the 40s up
Okay.
to 50. I don't know if that was realistic
Yeah.
or not, but I thought, that would be nice because then we would have enough to pay off some things and
Yeah.
it could be money well spent. But, but I don't know where
Yeah.
you are as compared to that.
Yeah.
And so your turn.
I was gonna offer you $45,000. Now, so before you say anything, I think it's between 40 and 50. 45 is what I'll throw out there. I didn't know if we are going to be able to fit the starting lineups, and I don't think we're going to be able to get the starting lineup. So I'm offering all that, assuming like I can get as much as I can in that car, and the rest you can just keep.
Okay. I think that would, yeah. I'll
You can talk to your wife
accept
about it too.
Whatever decision that you make is fine with me because we support each other.
Yeah.
And I'll be completely honest. I have pulled some things so that I can look at them and say, okay, because
As you should have done.
and because the safety deposit box has the 612345 manual.
Yeah.
So that's fine with me. I have those and that's something that I can pass on, and I may break my golden rule and have some things graded. I think,
Is that fair to you?
I think so, yes.
$45,000, and we'll fill our car with whatever we can.
Okay. And I would guess yes, yeah.
Is that a deal?
Whatever yes.
Okay.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Thank you. Thanks for coming.
Thank you. Thank you for having us. Yeah.